Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone who is watching this. We are from Group 8 from Quantitative Studies on English Language Learning. And today we are going to explain all of you about experimental designs. Before I continue, let me introduce myself first. I am Dehian Sina Fadila as the moderator and my partner Ms. Miftah Fauzi, who are going to accompany me for today's presentation. First of all, we are going to move to the very first material. It's about experimental design. The first one is, what is an experiment? When should you use it and how did it develop? And there are 2 points in here, like when do you use an experiment and when did experiments develop? Okay, so first of all, what is an experiment? In an experiment, you test an idea or practice or produce to determine whether it influences an outcome on dependent variable. You first decide an idea which through experiments assigns individual to experience it and have some individuals experience something different and then determine whether those who experience the idea to perform better on some outcome than those who did not experience it. And then the next one is like, when do you use an experiment? When attempting to determine a potential cause and effect relationship between your independent and dependent variables, you conduct an experiment. This implies that aside from the independent variable, you make an effort to control every other variable that affects the result. And then the next one is, when did experiments develop? How do we know it? Like, when did the experiments develop, right? Psychological experiments marked the beginning of experimental study in the late 19th and 20th centuries. By 1903, Schuller had become so accustomed to using control and experimental groups that he no longer felt the need to justify their usage. And then in 1916, McCullough proposed the concept of grouping people at random, and then by writing the influential book How to Conduct an Experiment in 1925, and then Atraxa by of the years, Fisher includes statistical techniques helpful in agricultural and psychological studies in his book Statistical Method for Research Workers. And the next material is, what are the key of the characteristics for the experiment? In here, we have random assignment, control over extraneous variables, manipulation of the treatment condition, outcome measures, group comparison, and truth no validity. Random assignment is the process of assigning individual at random to groups or two different groups in experiments. So in here, in random assignment, you need to make a different group for the experiments. The random assignment itself for the individual two groups or condition within a group distinguish a rigorous true experiment from an adequate but less than rigorous quiet experiment. However, the most sophisticated type of experiment involves random assignment. And then the second point is how to control over extraneous variables. In here, there are many types of things to do the control over extraneous variables. Extraneous factors are any influence in the selection of participants, the producers, the statistics, or the design likely to affect the outcome and provide an alternative explanation for our result than what we expect. And then in here, there are some variables that are supporting the control of extraneous variables. First is pre-test and post-test. Apparatus provide a measure on some attributes or characteristics that you assess for participants in experiments before they receive a treatment. A post-test is a measure on some attribute or characteristic that is assessed for participant in experiment after a treatment. And then there are coverage. Also, there are matching of participants, and then homogeneous samples and blocking variables. And in blocking variable is a variable the researchers controls before the experiment starts by dividing or blocking the participants into subgroups or categories and analyzing the impact of each subgroup on the outcome. And then there are manipulation of the treatment conditions. In here, in experimental treatment, the researcher physically intervenes to alter the condition experienced by the experimental unit. Like, for example, in here, a reward for good spelling performance or a special type of classroom instruction, such as small group discussion. And the next, the outcome of the measures. In experiments, the outcome or response, criterion, or protest is the dependent variable that is the presumed effect of the treatment variable. Good outcome measures are sensitive to treatment in that they respond to the smallest amount of intervention. And the next, there are group comparison. A group comparison is a process of researcher obtaining score for individual or groups. So in here, you need to find a comparison group for the researcher obtaining score for the individuals, either for group, on the dependent variable and comparing the means and variance both within the group and between the groups. And then the last but not least, traits to validity. Traits to validity refer to specific reasons for why we can be wrong when we make an inference in an experiment because of covariance, Gaussian constructs, or whether the causal relationship holds over in person, setting, treatments, and outcomes. Okay, and the next slide. In here, for the last one, I'm gonna explain to all of you about what are the types of experimental design. And in here, there are two types. The first one is between group designs, and then the second one is within group or individual design. So what are the difference between two of them? Okay, the first one in here is between group designs. There are about true experiments, quasi-experiments, and factorial designs. The most frequently used design in education are those where the researchers compares two or more groups. Illustration throughout this chapter underscore the importance of this design. The first one is true experiments. In true experiments, the researchers randomly assign participants to different conditions of the experimental variable. And then quasi-experiments include assignments, but not random assignment of participants to groups. So in quasi-experiments, they are given an assignment, but not too random. This is because the experiment cannot artificially create group for the experiment. And then in factorial design represents a modification of the between group design in which the researchers study two or more categorical, like in independent variables, and then each examine at two or more levels by POGT in 2005. And then in within group or individual design. In any given experiments, the number of participants may be limited and it may not be possible to involve more than one group. In these cases, research study a single group using a within-group experimental design. A time series design consists of studying one group over time with multiple pretest and protest measures or observation made by the researchers. Also in here, there are 2 points that is supporting the within-group or individual designs experimental. The first one is repeated measures. In a repeated measures design, all participants in a single group participate in all experimental treatments, with each group become its own control. And then in the single subject designs, Single subject design involves the study of single individuals. So in this single subject design, they are focusing on how the single individual involving to the study, the observation over a baseline period, and the administration of an intervention. Okay, I think that's enough for me. And then the next material are going to explain by Miftah. Miftah, time is yours.
Okay, thank you to the moderator for the time. And now I will explain about what are potential ethical issues in experimental research. There are some very good exploration of possible ethical problems that might occur in the experimental research in the works of Marx and Gable 2009 and Cook and Campbell 2002. This author discussed comparable topics pertaining to the morality of experimental method. Concerns have been raised regarding the morality of depriving members in control groups of beneficial treatment when doing so may put them at a disadvantage. Withholding therapy may make sense in some situations, such as when research are scarce or when the treatment potential side effects are unknown at the time of the experiment. There are many ways to address this possible ethical dilemma, such as providing therapy following the trial. Ethical issue in conducting experiment relate to withholding the experimental treatment from some individual who might benefit from receiving the disadvantage that might occur from randomly assigning individual to groups, some individual for beneficial treatment. Ethical issue also arise as to when to conduct an experiment, whether the experiment will provide the best answer to a problem, and consideration about the stakes involved in conducting the experiment. Next slide. Okay, what are the steps in conducting experiment research? The step in experimental research involve deciding if an experiment is the best design for forming hypotheses and selecting the experiment unit and participant to be involved in the experiment. The research might randomly assign individual to groups. They then administer the intervention by conducting the experiment, and they analyze and report the result to evaluate the success of this process. The experiment assumption measured of observation and extraneous factor and control over threats to validity. As we have learned about the different types of experimental design, we have also begun to understand some of the procedures involved in conducting an experiment. Although there is not set procedures for conducting an experiment, it is helpful to understand the general process before you begin. And then in this conducting experiment research have several steps. The first step, deciding if an experiment address your research problem. The type of issue study by experiment is the outcome. And then the second step, from hypothesis to test cause and effect relationship. A hypothesis advances a prediction about outcome. The experiments establish this prediction in the form of a null or alternative hypothesis, and then collects data to test the hypothesis. And the third step, select an experimental unit and identify study participant. An experimental unit of analysis is the small unit treated by the researcher during an experiment. When we use the term treated, we are referring to the experimental treatment. And the fourth step, select an experimental treatment and introduce it. The key to any experimental design is to set level of treatment and apply one level to each group, such as one level to experimental group and another level to account of experimental design. One aspect of preparing for the experiment is choosing the design and providing a visual diagram. This is based on your experience with experiment, and this and this conducts the experiment. Conducting the experiment involves procedural step consistent with the design slide, and then introduce the experimental treatment, and then monitoring the process closely, and then gathering process measure, and then the last, using ethical practice by debriefing the participant by informing them of purpose and reason. And then seventh step, organize and analyze the data. 3 major activities are required at the conclusion of the experiment: coding the data, analyzing the data, and writing the experimental reports. And then the last step, develop an experimental research reports. The experimental reports follow a standard format. In the method or project select section of experimental, the research typically include information about the first participant and their assignment, and then the experimental design, and then the intervention and material, and then control over extraneous variable, and the last, different measure of observation. This next slide. And the last, I will explain about the how do you evaluate experimental research. A good experiment has a powerful intervention group in number, divided in some systematic way, and where the individuals will gain from the experiment. The score of the measure are both valid and reliable because the research has attended to potential traits of validity. Useful in this evaluation for a good experiment, here are some criteria. The first, the experiment has a powerful intervention, and then the treatment group are few in number, and then participant will gain from the intervention, and then the researcher derives the number of participants per group in some systematic way, and then educates number of participants we use in the study, and then the researcher use measure and observation that are valid, reliable, and sensitive, and then the researchers control for extraneous factor that might influence the outcome. And the last, the researcher address threat to internal and external validity. Might be enough for me. I return to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mifta, for your explanation. Now we are already finished explaining about all of our materials for the presentation. And here, the last one, I'm gonna tell you the conclusion about what we are talking about from today's presentation. So, experimental research has an idea or practice or procedure to determine its effect on an outcome. So in here we need to focus in experimental research. They are practice to and then procedure to determine the effect of an outcome. And research decide on idea with which to experiment as an individual to experience it, and then determine whether those who experience the idea or practice perform better on some outcomes than those who did not experience it. And the idea used in experiments today were mostly in place by the first few decades of the 20th century. The procedures of comparing groups, assigning individuals to treatments, and statistically analyzing group comparison had been developed by 1940. And then during the 1960s, the type of experimental design were identified and the strength of this design specified by 1989. I think that's all from me and Miftah. We are sorry if we have done some mistake because the perfection only have by Allah. Alhamdulillah, we already finished. If you have a question, please ask it on the lecture. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.